Good day everyone. I'm Michael. And I'm using a text-to-speech program to have a more clear speech and audio. Numbers, in general, can be divided into two types: integer type and floating point types. Integer type numbers are whole numbers without decimal points. It can be negative or positive numbers. Floating point type is numbers with one or more decimal points. It can be negative or positive numbers. C# includes different data types for integer types and floating point types, based on their size in the memory and capacity to store numbers. Integer type numbers are positive or negative whole numbers without decimal points. C# includes four data types for integer numbers: byte, short, int, and long. The byte data type stores numbers from 0 to 255. It occupies 8-bit in the memory. The SPyte is the same as byte, but it can store negative numbers from -128 to 127. When we try to run this code, the compiler will give us a compile time error. Because we are trying to assign -128 to a byte that can only hold up 255. The short data type is a signed integer that can store numbers from -32,768 to 32,767. It occupies 16-bit memory. The U-short data type is an unsigned integer. It can store only positive numbers from 0 to 65,535. In the following example, lines 7 and 9 will get a compile time error because their value is beyond its capacity. The integer data type is 32-bit signed integer. The uint is 32-bit unsigned integer. Optionally use capital U or small u suffix after a number to assign it to unsigned integer variable. In the following example, line 8 and line 11 will get a compile time error because their value is beyond its capacity. The long type is 64-bit signed integers. Use small l or capital L suffix with number to assign it to long type variable. The unsigned long type stores positive numbers. If a number is suffixed by ul or lu, its type is ulong. Floating point numbers are positive or negative numbers with one or more decimal points. C# includes three data types for floating point numbers: float, double, and decimal. A float data type can store fractional numbers. It occupies 4 bytes in the memory. Use small f or capital F suffix with literal to make it float type. The double data type can store fractional numbers. It occupies 8 bytes in the memory. Use small d or capital D suffix with literal to make it double type. The decimal data type can store fractional numbers. It occupies 16 bytes in the memory. The decimal type has more precision and a smaller range than both float and double, and so it is appropriate for financial and monetary calculations. Use small m or capital M suffix with literal to make it decimal type. For our self-check, what do you think is the best data type to use for the following data? Comment your answer down below. That's all for this video lesson. If you have questions, suggestions, something to add, or you think something is missing or incorrect to the lesson, please let me know. Again, this is Michael, thank you and see you at my next video lesson. Keep safe everyone.